So first thing we are gonna do is that we are gonna run this project and see if everything is working or not. So we were working in the contact page as a demo.
Yes.
So far, so we will continue that. So this carousel that we had, we're gonna get rid of that for the moment because we don't need it, and we are going to use something else here.
Yes.
Okay. So now let's go to localhost and then contact. Yeah, we are good to go from here. So now let me grab the link really quick, the VueFlux link.
We'll still meet on Sunday to do the host, what do you call it?
Deployment.
Migration to the server.
Yeah, we will do that for sure. So here is the documentation. It looks beautiful, by the way.
Yeah, that's yeah.
So we will go to the documentation here, version 6, and from here documentation, and here we have something, as you can see, that it has some very good documentation for Nuxt as well. So SSR with Nuxt. And if we go there, then it has given us some instruction what we should consider while we are using this module in Nuxt. As I told you many times earlier, just I'm repeating myself that this kind of modules, they work completely differently in Nuxt most of the time. So the guide that you will find in these modules, normally they will work on a Vue project out of the box. You don't have to do any kind of modification or something like that. But in most of the cases with Nuxt, you will have some hard time and you have to do some additional steps in order to make it work. So fortunately, in this module, we can see that they have a dedicated section in order to guide us how we should do that while we are using this in a Nuxt environment. So the first thing they have told us to to install this module. So that's what we are gonna do right away. So yarn add, then VueFlux. Okay, perfect. This module got installed in our project. Now, according to their documentation, this should be the structure of our HTML and this should be the structure of our JavaScript. So we will have to import a few components from this module and then register them in our component section. After that, we can create some options, and those, based on these configurations, we can show some nice HTML slider on our project. So we will go step by step and see how we can do that. The first thing is that we have to import a few components. So that's what we are going to do at the moment. So in the script tag, we will do like this. We don't have a comma here. We should have a comma here. Okay. So after that, we will register this as component. So here we don't have a component property at the moment. So we'll just copy and paste it. So now we have all the components from the module in our project. Now they have said that we should create a few data properties in our project. So we already have a data method available. We used it for other things in our project. So in this data method, we'll just paste all the options available. So what I can see from here, that this is the functionality related options of this slider. or this
Yeah.
module. These are the images URL that we should provide to this module. So if you want 3 slides in your slider, then you will put 3 images here like that. And this is the type of transitions you would like to have in your slider that you will define here with comma. So you can add as many as you want, but I can see from here. And this is some captions. So captions means that over the image you might want to show some text, and those text you should define here in the same order. So URL 1, 2, 3
Okay.
and caption 1, 2, 3 like that. So I
Yes.
think this is, if I am understanding this correctly, then this should be our structure. Now let's go to the HTML part of it, and then at the bottom we will take another div, and then we will just paste it. So we have just pasted it, but it should, I think it will not work. It will not work because of the SSR limitation or complexity of Nuxt. So possibility is very low that this will work. What we have to do now is go to this link SSR with Nuxt, and we will have to find out what are the changes that we have to consider here. First thing is that we have to wrap our VueFlux component within a client only element. So this client only element is provided by Nuxt. This means that I want to run this piece of code only on the browser, not on the server. So we will copy this client only tag, and just before the VueFlux, we will paste it. And then at the bottom, we will in this tag with the int client tag. Okay. Client only tag. So this is one thing. Second thing, what they have told us is that when we are importing the components, we should consider this location of this module. So normally we are importing from VueFlux directly, as you can see here. Sorry. As you can see here we are importing from VueFlux directly. All the components. But in case of Nuxt, they want us to import it from this location because they have some optimized component for Nuxt environment here. So we will just copy this part, and then we will replace this VueFlux with that part. Then we'll save it. And they said that when we will do that, we will lose all the CSS. So we also have to import the CSS file from the SSR distribution to our project. So we'll copy that line, and just after this line, we will paste it, import this CSS file in our project. We're telling this.
Just hang on. This is within the template. No, this is in JavaScript. Okay.
Yeah, this is in JavaScript. We are telling them to import this file. Yeah, the VueFlux.css file like that. So now if we go there and then refresh, let's see what happens. We might have to rebuild the dev server once. So let me do that really quick because I think this will hang. So we'll just run yarn dev again. Theoretically, we have set up everything properly as per documentation. So this should work out of the box now. And we will be sure about that very soon. We have to do is go to localhost first. So we have in localhost 1 slider and then contact, and we have the slider already available, as you can see. But we don't have any images. Yeah,
that is simple, isn't it?
Yeah, that's really simple. So what we will do is that we will grab some images from this example. So place img 200 by 200 and then any. So what we'll do is that here we will replace this URL with this one and this one, and this one. So I saw in those examples that if we change this 1 to 2 and this 1 to 3, then we'll get different images for different
Yes.
type slides. So as we go, as we can see that we have
Wow.
some images and they are automatically sliding. You can have some
And the gallery at the bottom. Oh,
yeah, some animations as well. So the animations will happen according to our instruction that we have provided. So here in the option, not this option, in this VF transitions, we
yeah.
said that we want this kind of animations. So
Yeah.
those animations will be included here. So if
Yeah.
you remove 2 of them, then only 2 of them will be shown.
Sure.
So you
The
have actually
captions
the
are not showing, are they? Oh, the
yes,
caption
it's
is
showing. Yeah,
showing. Yeah.
caption is showing on the top of the
Yeah.
image, and you can add some more things. What I understood from this documentation, you should be able to add some more things here. For example, that sometimes you might not want these controls in your in your project. So what you will do is that you will get rid of this control slot. So if you comment it out, controls will be gone. So once this is okay, so now it's complaining me that I have imported this, but I haven't used it. So
Yeah.
I just I will comment out them as well. And as you go back, as you can see that the controls are gone from here. So if you want to get rid of this pagination, then you just have to get rid of this pagination template. Template means slot. You just have to get rid of this, save, and we will again get complaint from Nuxt that these components have not been used. So we will get rid of that, and as you can see that pagination is also gone.
Wow.
So now, yeah, so now we have the slider running, but we don't have any control, we don't have any pagination, anything like that. And we can control it as we want, no problem. So another thing that I thought might work, I'm not sure yet, is that, and this is the index. So you can actually get rid of that this box as well, if you
Right.
comment it out. So one thing I am not sure, but let's try it. And there's no harm in trying it, that if you want something like a custom text, I think that will also appear here. We are getting complaint that this component also has not been used, but I have imported it. So we'll get rid of that. And as you can say that a custom text has appeared here. So I was thinking that this should work. So what you can do now is that you can actually style it. So you can make it like free Excel and then add some text color like red 400. And if you go back, then you'll see that your custom text is appearing there.
Yes.
So you can add additional things here. So what I saw from the documentation is that we also have a description component, I think. If you go to the documentation and attributes, then not in attributes, I think somewhere else.
On top.
No, not this one. Not this one,
No.
actually.
Okay.
Yeah, these are the options that you can pass, by the way. So these options allow full screen, allow to skip transition, then the delay. Delay means the time between two slides, these kind of things you can control, and you just have to put them here in the VF option. As you see, autoplay true. After that, you can add as many options as you want in order to fine control your animations.
Wow.
So yeah, so let me really quick find that if that description component is there or not. I saw somewhere, I think. And you also have access to some methods and properties as well. I'm going to show you what does that mean.
Sure,
Before that, let me see if I can find it. Documentation. Same thing.
Did I tell you I suffer? Well, I have dyslexia. Have you ever heard of dyslexia?
No, I haven't. What is? I mean, what does this
It's it's
do?
a it's a condition where people can't read.
Oh,
They find reading difficulty.
okay.
So if I try to read a documentation, I may struggle and understand it.
Oh, I understand.
I know
That's
I became
really,
a doctor.
yeah.
I know I became a doctor, but the way in those days in 1970s,
Yeah,
dyslexia was not fully recognized. But
yeah.
age of 10, 12 years old, I realized I found difficulty reading. My brother and
Oh,
my sister were very good readers, and I think my parents called me lazy and dumb. But I
yeah, I understand.
found out that it was not things.
Yeah,
I used
it
to
was not your
I used
fault.
no I used to use a recorder,
Okay.
a tape recorder. In those
Yeah,
days, we didn't have mobile
yeah,
phone. I used
yeah.
tape recorder, recorded all the notes and documentation, everything, and then I just listened to that.
Oh, wow. Still, you became a doctor. Wow. I
Yeah,
mean, that's
I,
amazing.
I had over 1,000 tapes for all
Okay. Yeah, I can
the conditions.
understand that because to become a doctor, you have to read a lot. That's I know. I have seen my
Yeah,
friends who studied MBBS in my area. I saw them that how much they have to read in order to become a
yeah,
doctor. So I can understand your difficulty, and I really appreciate the effort and time you took in order to
yeah. But
achieve your goal.
you know, nobody in those days knew what dyslexia was. But
Yeah,
if I looked at a page number, say in reference or things, and it
yeah,
says 538,
yeah.
and when I went back, I would go to 583 and
Oh, yeah,
see. You understand?
yeah.
Because
I understand.
my brain reads that differently.
I completely understand now.
So
And
even this,
yeah, I am very sorry about that, but I also
no,
appreciate that
no, no, no.
you are a genius, boss.
No, it's. I recognized that very early. I was only 10, I think, 10, 12 years old, 1968, I think it was, when I
Oh,
recognized dyslexia. But in those days, you couldn't search internet or
no, no,
things.
no.
And I only found out that I had this dyslexia in 1984 when I came to
Okay,
the UK, when people
okay.
were discussing dyslexia in those days. But
So
I'd
you were,
already,
yeah. So you were brought up in India. I mean, until
no, I was
1984.
in Zambia, Africa.
Zambia. Oh, Africa. Oh, okay. Wow.
I was
So
born
you
in
have, oh, you were born in Africa,
Zambia, yeah, Africa,
Zambia,
Central Africa.
Central Africa.
And,
Oh, wow.
and I did my medical degree in Zambia, but I came and did a postgraduate study
UK.
in the UK. Yeah.
Oh,
So
wow.
I've been in UK since 1984.
Wow. So you have a very colorful life, what I can see.
My colorful life is work.
Yeah. Really, that's great. Great to know that. But I hope that you don't have to struggle with this web development stuffs, because you can listen to my lecture whenever you want.
Not only that, I
Yeah.
seem to read code. I can read the code quite well. I don't know why, but if I look at a code,
Okay. So I think
I
maybe
seem
your brain treats code not as, normal text. This
no.
might be,
I read.
yeah.
To be honest, I read it as numbers.
Okay. Okay. I understand. Okay. So that could be one reason. And another reason could be this also, that maybe your brain treats code, not text, it's
Yeah,
something different, something different. This is a kind of art or kind of creativity stuff like that, maybe. So that
yeah.
could be one reason as well. But it's good to know that you don't find difficulties in reading code. So
No, I found
that's
out
really good.
in 1995 when somebody was
Yeah.
explaining me HTML,
Yeah.
CSS, MySQL. I'm talking about 1995,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
I
somebody was
understand.
explaining, and I understood it straight away, and I could
Okay.
implement it straight away. Uh,
Oh,
I have got no explanation for that.
wow. That's great. That's really, really great. So
Yeah,
regarding this description slot that I was talking to you, that
yeah.
I was
Where
telling
did you
you,
find that? Oh, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I
I
can see that.
already find it. Yeah, in description, I found it when I was going down at that time. And as you can see that we can add this tag. I'm not sure what it will do, but we can give it a try. So we can
Yeah.
write like some description, and I think somewhere in our HTML, this should appear. This will appear. I hope. Not sure yet, but I hope it will appear. So let me refresh this really quick. Yeah, here, as you can see, here
Oh,
it
yeah.
appeared, some description.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, so this way what you can do is that you can add this caption and then add this description, and then with CSS, with the help of CSS, you can position them as you want,
Yes.
So you might have a design where the text should be in the middle, very big text, and below that is some kind of subtitle or a small details, So normally sliders are, uh, very similar to that. So you can
Yes.
achieve those kind of view, or those kind of appearance using these slots, these custom slots. So they are actually providing you one by default. They are giving you this if you want to use that, or if you are happy with that. If not, you can actually use your custom
Okay.
caption and description.
If you wanted it on different text on different slides, if you understand what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah, if you want that, as you can see that if we go to Flux caption, then what happens if we bring back that Flux caption, then we have to get rid of this custom text, because it will not take two things at a time. It will only take one element. So if you go back, we should see the caption somewhere. Flux caption. Oh, sorry, we actually
Oh,
disabled
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, remove that from here. So we have to bring
If
back
you
that.
if you put a p tag there and a description, will that work as well? Because you
Yeah,
put the title, you put the title in H3, isn't it?
yeah. You can put p tag and whatever you want. You can put that. No problem. Here and here. In
Yeah.
these two places, you can put whatever you want. If you don't use the
Okay.
custom one. So now we are using the custom one, as you can see. So here, as you can see that it automatically got changed. So it was image 1, and then it became image 2, and now it became image 3. So it's
You're
actually
right.
taking, yeah, it's actually taking the number of images from here, from this array. So this is the serial of the image and this is the serial of the text which they are considering. But when we are using a custom element in order to describe our caption, then we will lose that functionality, which I believe. So what we can do in order to achieve that? So I think that best way to do that would be do like this, that we have one VF caption and we want to show this text. We want to see this text in this place,
Yes.
custom text,
Yes.
but with the images. I mean, when the image changes, then this text should change. We can achieve
Yes.
this using the methods that we have and the properties that we have available in VueFlux. So as I told you that it gives us some events, some methods. So if we go to events, those are the events, as you can see. This is the list of events: created, mounted, destroyed, ready, play, stop, show. So when this kind of things happens, at that time, this event is triggered. And you can take advantage of that, of that event if you would like to. So in our case, we don't have this event. We don't need this event, but what we will need is to know in which slide we are currently at. That we are going to, we will need to know. So we will try to find something related to that. Let's go to, for example, methods. And we have play, precise, stop, show, slots. No, slots is different thing. So we have actually 4 methods: show, then stop, then play, resize. So this is not going to help us.
No.
I think we have to take advantage of these events finally. So created, mounted, destroyed, ready, play, stop, show, images, preload, start. Okay, so we have some events which will help us to understand which slide we are at now. So fired when started to preload images, fired when finished to preload images, and then transition, updated transition. I think this images preload start, we can take advantage of this event, and this should give us the the number of slides that we need, that we are in at the moment. I think on Fiverr we actually created one meeting and then we didn't cancel it, and it's actually yelling at me yelling at me that you are running out of time.
6 minutes left.
Okay. Yeah. So okay, so image preload start, fired when, and how we should use these events. Let's see if we can find an example. Here we don't see any examples though. Okay, so but I know how to use an event, so that shouldn't be a problem for us. What we have to do is that here we have to put a @ symbol and then the event name, and here we can write something. You can name it any event you want. So we'll go down, and then in the methods we will create one method with this name, and I'm sure that this event gives us something. So we will actually catch that with a parameter named val, and we'll log this val and we'll see what it is. We are not sure, we haven't used it earlier, so we are not sure what it does, but we will try to find out that what happens when this event is fired. So we will bring our developer console, and we'll try to see what happens when it gets changed. Okay, so it changed, the image changed, but I don't see anything
Change in the text.
appear. Yeah, anything appear in our nothing is appearing in our console, which is not correct. I thought that our console is not a function. This is not related to our problem. So we saw that the image name is this images preload start. Okay, images preload start. That's not what we want, because so fired when auto playing images, fired when stop to auto play images, fired when requested to show an image, show an image. So the options updated, restore, and started. Okay, so players. Let's take a look at the play. Let's see if we can find out something related to that. So we will create a method called play. We'll name it onPlay. Then we'll go to methods again. And we'll create onPlay. We'll also try to create, see what's available here.
Sure.
Log and then bell, like that, save, and let's see if something happens here or not. Yeah,
We may get
index
disconnected.
next.
We may get disconnected in a couple of minutes.
No problem. I will send you
could-
another link. Yeah.
No. We'll
Okay.
let me work on this, and I'll if I have any problems, we'll discuss on Sunday.
Okay. No problem. Yeah, that would be also fine. No problem.
Yeah, but make
And as
sure
you
you
can,
record it.
Yeah. I have already
And
recorded it.
And send me the file.
Yeah, I will send you it
via
via file
email.
transfer.io. Yeah, in email I
Okay.
think it will be too big, so I will send you via
Okay.
file transfer or WeTransfer, something like that, and I will share the link with you.
I've got WeTransfer account.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so I will
Okay.
use any one of them to send you the file.
Yeah, so WeTransfer is
Yeah, and by this time I will try to find out how we can, change this text when the images gets changed, because right now it doesn't seems that there's any straightforward option available. There should be some kind of workaround in order to achieve this functionality.
What I suggest is, the owl carousel we used yesterday.
Yeah.
Could we implement that sort of thing in VueFlux? We can do that on Sunday.
No, we could not implement that kind of thing. I mean,
okay. Right.
Yeah,
okay.
This is actually predefined. So you have to use these things, the custom text and this description. But I think I will be able to easily find out how we can change this text based on images changes,
Okay. Thank you very much.